Were you aware that Tesla stock has dropped over 19% in December and so far this year? With no indication that it would rise anytime soon. The carmaker's steep price has lately fallen to its lowest point in more than 2 years. However, many investors are increasing their investments in Tesla shares rather than becoming alarmed. Despite the frequent declines in the stock price, even well-known investment YouTuber Chicken Genius Singapore just purchased almost 300,000 Tesla shares. Presumably, you shouldn't pass up this purchasing opportunity. Welcome back to Tesla Tomorrow. Everyone, despite Tesla's poor performance in recent months, it appears that some investors are still purchasing shares as the price of the company continues to decline. Sincerely a stock market enthusiast, Chicken Genius has recently amassed more Tesla stock. Additionally, there are other people who are profiting from the continuous decline in the price of Tesla stock. Besides stock investors, long-time investors like George Soros and Cathie Wood have also significantly increased the number of Tesla shares in their holdings after the stock fell to its lowest point in more than 2 years. Cathie Wood recently purchased a sizable portion of Tesla shares. Wood, a longtime Tesla supporter who has called Musk a friend of ARK Invest, is steadfast in her conviction that Tesla is well positioned for a significant future stock price spike. What further thoughts does Cathie Wood have regarding Tesla? We ought to inquire. Before we begin, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and enable notifications if you enjoy this type of video, so that you can stay informed about all of Tesla's developments. The CEO of ARK Invest stated in a recent interview that she had no concerns regarding Musk's leadership at Tesla. She also mentioned that Musk's main responsibility at Tesla at the moment is to steer the company toward an autonomous taxi platform, which he anticipates will be operational by 2024. Wood believes that Tesla has a lot of promise and will continue to be the world's top EV manufacturer. Wood's investment management company, ARK Invest, amassed around 74,860 Tesla shares in 3 of her exchange-traded funds. The acquisition was valued at around $11.7 million, based on the closing price of the shares at that time, which was approximately $156.80. This follows reports that Musk sold some 21,995 company shares, or about $3.6 billion, over the 3 days that ended on December 14th. Wood has been purchasing Tesla stock during the decline, and this buying frenzy coincides with a challenging month and year for the company, as investors fear Musk has turned his focus from Tesla to Twitter management. Cathie Wood recently acquired 132,213 Tesla shares, which, at the time of purchase, amounted to a stake of about $32 million. The transaction took place 1 day after Tesla revealed its second quarter deliveries, which increased to a record 343,000 cars from 141,300 the previous year. Even if several experts had serious doubts about the automaker's performance, contributors to ARK Invest appeared to be still optimistic about it, despite the fact that it could not meet analyst projections of 365,000 deliveries in Q3. Similarly, the CEO of ARK disclosed in October that she had purchased 190 Tesla shares through the ARK Innovation ETF. The closing price of Tesla at the time gave the buy a value of about $13.7 million. Wood acknowledged that all stocks are struggling as the market attempts to gauge the Fed's next move and the potential severity of the recession. But she also praised Tesla's resolve to weather the storm. Wood thinks that expansion will aid in resolving the food and energy crises, as well as supply chain problems. Are you in agreement with this? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Wood claims that the increase in oil costs has accelerated consumer demand for electric cars like Tesla, and she thinks this trend won't be slowing down anytime soon. Additionally, she said that although oil prices are a problem, she believes Tesla is the answer. The stock investor highlighted the necessity for Tesla to reduce expenses in order to sustain its sales following her recent acquisition. She asserted that by lowering the cost of producing EVs by 50%, the automaker could significantly increase sales in light of current worries about demand. She also mentioned that by having the price of an electric car, Tesla might reach a wider audience. By lowering EV pricing, Tesla will eventually raise revenue and make its cars more accessible. Would emphasize supply chain simplification, which puts Tesla at the forefront of efforts to lower prices and costs in order to contribute to the mass market adoption of electric vehicles. The most recent Tesla purchase consists of *10,066 Shares for the ARK Autonomous Tech and Robotics ETF. Asterisk 3,259 shares for the ARK Next Generation Internet ETF. And asterisk 61,537 shares for the ARK Innovation ETF. There are others who share Cathie Wood's optimism on Tesla. Goldman Sachs, a leading international investment banking, securities, and asset management organization, is nonetheless optimistic about the company's long-term delivering prospects. The company kept its buy recommendation and remains optimistic about long-term delivery prospects, even though it handed Tesla another hit earlier this week by dropping its price goal and estimating Tesla's deliveries and gross margins for the last quarter during these uncertain times. Two other stock investors who have great things to say about Tesla are Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett. These two illustrious investors run Berkshire Hathaway, an American holding company that recently sold about 6 million shares of China's EV behemoth BYD for about $145.38 million. There are several grounds for thinking that these monies might be diverted to purchase Tesla stock. Although he had previously held a poor opinion on Tesla, Warren Buffett has since changed his mind. Charlie Munger, who was critical of Tesla in February of this year, has also recently expressed positive sentiments about the company and its CEO, Elon Musk. Charlie Munger, the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, recently hailed Musk's electric car firm, Tesla, as an amazing achievement in the U.S. auto sector. Munger emphasized Tesla's dominant position in the EV market by saying he is shocked by the company's performance. The seasoned investor claims that Tesla has truly advanced humanity and that its CEO, Elon Musk, has achieved feats that others were unable to. He added that there hasn't been a successful new car maker in decades, and called Tesla's accomplishments in the automotive sector a minor miracle. Warren Buffett has reaffirmed his approach to stock investment, saying that he doesn't base his purchases or sales on the status of the economy or the market. George Soros, the chairman of Soros Fund Management, has reportedly increased his holding in Tesla shares in recent months by taking advantage of the decline this year, according to a recent regulatory filing. George Soros has significantly increased his holdings by purchasing more Tesla shares, in contrast to those investors who have sold and continue to sell their stocks due to a fear of missing out. Despite the economic hurdles it has seen since the year started, Tesla has been operating fairly well. Therefore, there are many reasons to think that it will continue to function even better in the future. The corporation is significantly increasing production across all of its operations and pouring money into